Well, I saw another clip from the, I don't know if you want to call it the alternative media, talking about Blackwater troops in the Ukraine, otherwise known as the Academy. Actually, now it's and they were in a city, a part of the city that was Russian speaking, and you could see this clip from a cell phone or something, a video of troops that looked like they were wearing American style, battle gear, uniforms and all this type of stuff. And they're running away from the crowd, and everybody's yelling, Blackwater, Blackwater. I guess they don't use that term. Well, it's the Academy or whatever it is. You know what? I don't think it was them. I'm not saying that they weren't there. I'm not saying the U.S. doesn't have a presence there clandestinely or some other way. But I bet you that was a disinformation clip that was actually put out by the Russians, man. First off, I'm not even I'm not the shrewdest most person out there, but I know one thing. I would not don a American uniform without insignia, with obvious American camouflage patterns and everything like that, and be running around out in the open in the city in a group of individuals dressed exactly like myself with weapons in a Russian-speaking city that was pro-Russian. I wouldn't be doing that. That's stupid. They're not. I don't think that was Blackwater. I think that was actually some ploy that was thrown out there, and here it hits. The alternative media picks it up, and they're like, "Oh, look, the bad guys, the Western bankster elite, are trying to take over Ukraine." And you're fucking idiots, man. I'm not saying they're not there. But we all know that Putin's over there with almost 300 tanks and 80,000 troops. It ain't 25,000; it's 80,000, and it's out in the open. They don't have insignia on, so there's their self-defense forces. He denies it, man. He denies it. It's in his backyard. Yeah, well, whatever, man. I mean, what the hell? United States, hey, Alaska, right? So Russia's in our backyard. We can take them, man. Whatever you want to say. You ever hear of a freaking border on a country? Border, Ukrainian border? That means it's not your property, pal. That's what it means to you, Russia. Or Putin, dictator of Russia. But anyway, I'm going to tell you right now, I highly, highly doubt that the actual clip that they're freaking circulating around in the alternative media, that's Blackwater. I think it's a scam. I think they threw that out there because it's too damn obvious. Here you got in broad daylight, a group of individuals dressed in American gear, running around the city, and then you got people yelling Blackwater, Blackwater, out in the broad daylight with the weapons, and the crowd's chasing them. Where'd they come from? Where'd they go? I think the whole thing was a staged event. A staged event. A propaganda event. And you know what? The Russians and Russia today is pulling your chain. And don't tell me to wake up. I've been awake a long time to this kind of shit for a long time. I know there's stuff going on in the West. And what I'm telling you right now, again, the problems in the West, this is actually a human problem. Humans, no matter where the hell they are, you get the most greedy shitheads, try to get on top and screw everybody else over. That's just like human nature. Garbage shit floats to the top. The worst people seem to gravitate to the positions of power in government. That's why you have limited form of government, and that's why you have the Bill of Rights to try to keep the government in check. The real problem in the West, why it's getting more and more like Russia, is because people are not freaking fighting back or using the actual tools that they have at their disposal. There's a few people out there that are actually freaking figuring it out, but they're falling right into the freaking Russia Today propaganda trap to the max. This guy Putin is the same exact thing as the Western elite, only worse because he's got more power. He's for the Russian Empire. He's for Russian imperialism. And he's looking to expand his territory and rebuild the old Soviet Union. Don't let him fool you. And they do have a hell of a lot more high-tech nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons than probably the USA. They freaking don't waste their money on conventional forces. They put their money into real high-tech shit. Provided, what they have. Actually, the stuff that I got into a long time ago, and it's been going, that most of the official bullshit published reports that you hear about what the government of Russia is actually spending on the military are not correct. They got clandestine budgets too. Just like the U.S. has, they have too. They have underground cities. They are not freaking playing games. They're not playing games. What I think's going on here is probably, what might be going on is they're trying to set up World War III for, enough problems where people will accept the global government and disarmament of all nations. But let me just get back to the point number one. I highly, highly doubt that freaking video was actually. I think it was staged. If you were in there, Blackwater troops or whatever from the academy, you would not be freaking out there like that, right in the middle of the day, running around in a group in a crowd of people in the middle of the city in American-style garb. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They're not that stupid. No way. No way in hell. No way in hell. And if you think they're that stupid, you're stupid. I'm telling you right now. That was a staged event. And the alternative media took it like a freaking fish biting in a bait on a hook. And this is exactly what's wrong with the alternative media. They take the bait given to them from Russia freaking bullshit artists right from the day one, and they grab the hook, and they have no clue. But then again, a lot of them do know what the hell's going on. I think the smarter ones do know what's going on, and I don't know what the hell their game is, They're going to be like, I don't know. I do know this. There's not going to be anybody in the Soviet Union, I'll call it that, if they ever did, have enough policy where they could influence the United States and, take over infrastructure or whatever the hell it is, they're not going to have any respect for freaking people that are, in the alternative media. I don't know what the hell the deal is. I don't know what the deal is with Gerald Celente and Mike Rivero. They don't know what the hell's going on, or they're playing a game. That's what I'm saying. But that video was not Blackwater. It's bullshit. I mean, I got more sense than that. I mean, I wouldn't be walking around like that. Hey, I'm going to go in a city where there's a whole bunch of pro-Russian speaking people, and I'm going to wear my American uniform, and we're going to go around here, we're going to walk around there with our weapons and shit, right there in broad daylight. Duh. They didn't do that. That was staged. The alternative media picked it up like the morons they are. I mean, I don't know what the hell to say about this shit. These guys are stupid beyond belief. They're dumber than dirt. And if they're not dumb, they got a really, really nefarious bad game going. They do. They do. Unfreaking real. Hey man, you go into freaking Ukraine, you're gonna act like one of the guys over there, man. You could be selling I don't know, you'd be selling dead fish or some shit, in a grocery market or something, man. And you got your freaking piece underneath there inside the fish, and the fish is around the piece, and you can silencer on it. Something cool like that, Use your brains. I mean, crap. I mean, I know I ain't smarter than them. And they're a hell of a lot smarter than being out in the open running around in American camouflage utilities saying, hey, here we are. That wasn't them. That was bullshit. That was freaking from the Russians doing that shit, man. No way in hell, man. No way in hell would Blackwater the Academy be that stupid. No way in hell. I know what's going to happen. She's going to say, yeah. I know. Whatever.